Welcome guys. Okay, something a little bit different in this video, and it's because of the situation regarding the sending off of Nunez against Liverpool by Joachim, getting into a confrontation with him and the headbutt and things like that. I don't usually get involved in the politics on these side of things, or the afters that happens after things like this. But this is just something that really irritates me a huge amount, and part of it is to do with social media. Now, Joachim has come out and said that he has received 400 messages of hate from fans, assuming Liverpool fans, because of what happened on the pitch, and he's had tweets or comments saying that they hope his plane crashes, they hope he dies and things like this, and death threats and stuff like this. And I'm just thinking to myself, this is what's wrong with social media to begin with. The fact that these are people who are able to sit behind a phone or sit behind a computer and say these vile things for what? Over a game of football. And yes, football is a passionate sport, and I totally agree with that. I get wound up and passionate about Crystal Palace as well, and the players that play. And yes, sometimes I'm disappointed with the players or with certain actions that they do or certain things that they do. I've said that before. But never would it ever enter my mind to go onto social media and say the things that some people have been saying on there. Really is horrible. And it's one of those situations where I think there has to be more done about it. You can't have people like this. I know it's just words. I know that there's not going to be any threat behind it. It's just words. But at the end of the day, it's appalling and it's horrendous. And I wouldn't support it, even if there was a Palace fan doing it. I wouldn't support it because it's completely irresponsible and abhorrent to me. And I hope that it's something that we can get sorted out. I hope that the social media team, groups, and the FA and the Premier League can all get together and try and do something about this, because it's silly. It's got to stop, isn't it? Really. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I know that it's one of the reasons I have Twitter. I have a Twitter account for Palace to the Core. I don't really go on there very often. I tend to go on there and look at stuff. I post occasionally, but I don't tend to get into arguments with people on there because it isn't worth it. You're never going to be right in these situations. So I tend to not get involved. But it's not right, is it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below.